I welcome you to this lesson. I'm teacher Katimbo Richard, teaching mathematics at Trainer a Child Schools. And today I've come with algebra summary in this class of Primary 5. And when you watch this lesson, you'll be able to answer the activities from page 67 to 70 of our workbook. Majorly, it is summary of the algebra, which contains what may not have been in the notes. Now we are looking at the summary. Like I've said, I urge you then to follow so that you don't get any problem with answering that assessment of algebra. So number 1 reads, simplify 6y minus 4 plus 3y plus 13. And now you collect like terms before you simplify. So you say 6y plus 3y plus 13 minus 4. So we consider those with the plus sign of addition before the minus. Say collect like terms. 6y plus 3y plus 13 minus 4, where 6y plus 3y you get 9y, and the positive 13 minus 4 you get positive 9. So the answer is 9y plus 9. Remembering that these can never produce one answer when added or subtracted, because they are not looking alike. So they are not like terms. This has y, this one doesn't. So therefore it remains 9y plus 9 and nothing else, and that's the answer. As we look at example number 2, among the numbers, I know some of us would fail. It says write an algebraic expression for this statement. When a number divides the sum of 3 and 4, the result is 10. So, now, write that expression. So you say, let the number be m. Let the number be m. So that number is dividing the sum. So that is 3 plus 4. The sum of 3 and 4 out of m, the result is 10. So, which means you continue here and say equals 7 out of m, that's the sum of 3 and 4. The result is 10. The result is 10. So the sum of 3 and 4 is 7. So that number m divides that sum, and the result is 10. So this is the expression: 7 out of m equals 10. And that's the answer. And nothing else. Don't solve. Please just write that expression. So a number divides. So a number m has divided the sum of 3 and 4, which is 7, and the result is 10. That is it, and nothing else. As we look at example number 3, given that y squared is equal to 9, find the value of y. Here, our concern is this power 2 square. It's called a square. Y squared. So the square of y is y squared. So now, in order for us to remain on the y, like they are saying find the value of y without anything, we find the square root to both sides. So we say the square root of y squared is equal to the square root of 9. In other words, what is multiplied by itself to get 9? You prime factorize 9. 9 divided by 3 you get 3. 3 divided by 3 you get 1. Then pair to get the root of the square, which is the 3. And therefore y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 3 and nothing else. So the square root of y squared is y, and the square root of 9 is 3. So y is equal to 3. So do you do that to any number that is set in this way? You will get the answer. So as we look at example number 4, Nakato has 3 times as many sweets as Babidi. Nakato has 3 times as many sweets as Babidi. Now, if both have 20 sweets, How many sweets does each of them have? How many sweets does each of them have? Does each of them have? So the word is does here. Does each of them have? Okay. Now here is the word number, which when understood is going to be easy. And now we don't know what each of them has in terms of sweets. We then create algebraic equation. So we say let the number of sweets Babylon has be the letter K. Normally suggest that person has got less. Nakatu has 3 times as many sweets as Babylon, so Babylon has the less number. So we say let the number of sweets Babylon has be a letter. Now chose K, so that when Babylon has K sweets, Nakatu has got 3 times Babylon's. So 3 times K is 3K sweets. So if Babylon has got K, then Babylon, Nakatu has 3K sweets. Now, if both have a total of 20 sweets, therefore we say K plus 3K is equal to 20. Thereby forming that equation of algebra, which you are going to solve to find the value of the unknown K, where this is a single K plus 3K, you get 4K. So 4K is equal to 20, and now we divide the other side by 4. Where 4K divided by 4 is equal to 20 divided by 4. So 4 by 4 was, and 4K by 4, you get K, and 4 by 4 was, then divide 20 by 4 to get 5, so K value is 5. Now the question is, how many sweets does each of them have? So there are 2 people, so Babylon has K sweets, which K is 5, so Babylon has 5 sweets. Then Nakatu has got 3K here, which 3K means 3 times K sweets, which K is 5, now 3 times 5 sweets, and last one Nakatu has 15 sweets. So you can check and see whether 5 and 15 when added get 20, indeed you get 20, and still this 15 3 times this is 5. So Nakatu has 3 times as many sweets as Babylon, because Babylon has got 5, and 3 times 5 you get 15. So Nakatu has got 15 sweets, and in total still is 20. So both of them have a total of 20. That is a proof to show that all is well, because it has ended well. As we continue with this example number 5, some of the numbers are shown to be disturbing in that summary or that assessment of the topic called algebra. So it reads, Opio is 14 years old and Apio is 5 years older than Opio. Just hear that. Opio is 14 years old and Apio is 5 years older than Opio. Question: how old was Apio 2 years ago? How old was Apio 2 years ago? If you have read and understood, you will find out that Opio's age is given, whereas Apio's age is not here, so it's not given to us. They are just telling us that Apio is just 5 years older than Opio, who is 14. So Apio's age is yet to be found right now. So Apio's age now, you get 14 years plus 5 years. So Apio is 19 years old, because Apio is older than Opio, who is 14 years by 5 years. So we add 14 and 5 to get Apio's age, thereby getting 19 years. Remember, age is measured in years. Age is measured in years. So we've got 19 years, which is the age of Apio right now. But the question asks us to find Apio's age 2 years ago. So first know Apio's age now, because we don't know it, and get to know 2 years ago she was younger than she is now by 2 years. So you say Apio's age 2 years ago, you get it? Her age right now take away 2 years ago and get 17 years. Now that Apio is 19 years, Apio was 17 years old 2 years ago. In that way, you have answered that question and it trains you to comprehend, thereby applying what you have understood. As we look at example number 6 today, example number 6 reads, Kato is 15 years old. Waswa is 5 years younger than Kato. So it almost rhymes with number 5 because Waswa's age is also denied to us. So God Kato is 15 years old. That is Kato's age. Then Waswa is 5 years younger than Kato, who is 15 years. Okay, how old will Waswa be in 10 years' time? So they are asking for the 10-year time in terms of age for this very person, Waswa. So still first know Waswa's age now. Remember, Kato is 15 years old and Waswa is 5 years younger than Kato. Okay, if he's younger, then you say Waswa's age now. That's 15 minus 5. So that is Waswa is 10 years old now. Now the question is, how old will Waswa be in 10 years time? That's in the future. His age will have increased by 10. So we say Waswa's age in 10 years. So that is 10 years plus 10 years. Waswa will be 20 years old then. Waswa will be 20 years old then. And that is the answer. As we look at example number 7 for today, as last example, which you must also care about, and which when followed, you will answer accordingly. It reads there, the cost of a book is twice the cost of a pen. Okay, the cost of a book is twice the cost of a pen. Now, one Angelo bought 2 books and 3 pens. If he paid a total of 4,200 shillings, find the exact cost of each item. You must then know the language competence here. We have got 2 items here. That is the books and the pens. 2 items. The books and the pens. So now they're asking for the cost of the books and the cost of the pens. Now, we start applying this. You read and say, the cost of a book is twice the cost of a pen. Meaning the pen is cheaper. Because a book is 2 times or costs twice or 2 times the cost of a pen. So that's why you say, let the cost of a pen be n. Such that if a pen, just a single pen, costs n shillings, a book is 2 times n. So a book costs 2n shillings. But remember, Waswa did not buy a single pen, and neither did he buy a single book, but in numbers. So he bought 2 books. If a book costs 2n, then 2 books will cost 4n. That's 2n plus 2n. You get 4n. Then he further bought 3 pens, and now that the pen costs n, then 3 pens will cost 3 times n, which is 3n shillings. And therefore, totaling or thereby paying 4,200 shillings for all the items. So we add this and that to get the 4,200 shillings. So you say 4n plus 3n, both of which are shillings, equals 4,200 shillings. Since both are in shillings, we divide either side by shillings, like we're seeing, cancel by shilling, by shilling, by shilling, by shilling. Then these are already like terms which can produce a single answer when added. So 4n plus 3n gets 7n. So 7n equals 4,200. Now there's no shilling because You saw how we eliminated. Yeah. So we divide by 7. 7n divided by 7 equals 4,200 divided by 7. 7 by 7 once. 7n divided by 7 is n. Then 7 divided by 7 once. 42 divided by 7 gets 6, and these 2 zeros up. So n is equivalent to 600. As if that's not all, you go an extra mile into getting the cost of each item as required. Here, the question reads, find the cost or the exact cost of each item. I said I've got 2 items, the books and the pens. So you say cost of the books. All the books cost 3n. Sorry, all the books cost 4n. Those 2 books, that is. Which 4n means 4 times n shillings. Then 4 times 600 shillings. So the books as an item cost this angle of 2,400 shillings. Then cost of the pens, the 3 pens cost 3n, which 3n means 3 times n, now in shillings. Now n value is 600, so 3 times 600 shillings, which costs 1,800 shillings. So those are the 2 items. One item are the books, and the other item are the pens. So the cost of the first item, the books, is 2,400 shillings, and the other, the pens, is 1,800. So what you do to check, you add these and see whether they total up to 4,200, and if not, you just know your answer is wrong. Check 2,400 shillings plus 1,800. Okay, someone's got the answer. That is 4,200 shillings, and so it rhymes with the total cost, and therefore no one lied to you. You failed. This number is already correct, and therefore that makes the end of this lesson. We shall meet in the next episode. For more information about this or mathematics in general, please reach this teacher Katimbo on 2 numbers. The M10 line is 0776 251655. You can as well use the Airtel line 07572 33066. Otherwise, that's the end of the lesson. Stay safe.